There we go. Oh, wait, hold on. Microphone might help. Go ahead, Peter.
Good evening, welcome to the 16th meeting of the year. Today is September 23rd, 2024. Alyssa, can you please read the reciting officer?
In compliance with Chapter 231 of Public Law of 1975, notice of this meeting to be held at the Criminal Justice Building, 61 Main Street, South River, has been published in the Home News Tribune on January 5th, 2024, posted on the Municipal Building Bulletin Board, the Borough website, the front door of the Criminal Justice Building at 61 Main Street, South River.
Roll call.
Mayor Gindi?
Here.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Here.
Councilman Seula?
Here.
Councilman DeSantis?
Here.
Councilman DeZemian?
Here.
Councilman Gertenski?
Here.
Council President Krenzel?
Here. Please stand for the salute of the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing for a moment of silence. You may be seated. We have nothing for proclamations, nothing on the agenda, agenda session. We'll talk about after the executive session. Alyssa, can you please read 2024-292?
Resolution 2024-292, whereas Section 8 of Chapter 231, Public Law of 1975 permits the exclusion of the general public from a meeting of the governing body under certain circumstances, and whereas the mayor and council of the Borough of South River are of the opinion such circumstances presently exist, and therefore be it is hereby resolved by the mayor and council of the Borough of South River in the county of Middlesex of the state of New Jersey, that the public be excluded upon the hereinafter specific subject matter, and that such subject matter to be so discussed is as follows: property acquisition, personnel. Be it further resolved that such record of the above discussion be made public and confidentiality is no longer required. The Borough Council of the Borough of South River may or may not take formal action at the conclusion of the executive session.
Motion to go into executive?
Second. Motion by Councilman Krasinski, seconded by Council President Krenzel.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman Seula?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Krenzel?
We will be going to close, we'll be right back.
That's not over.
I think we should. Thank you.
Now you want to get the straight still work.
Just so you know.
All in favor?
We're gonna go into second reading. We have 3 agenda sessions to recap. Andrew?
Thank you, Mayor. 2024-40, that's just for a handicapped parking spot. Ordinance 2024-41, that's for a no left turn and reduction of speed limits at certain locations during school hours as recommended by the police department. And 2024-42, that's just the amendment to the redevelopment plan for 55 Main Street. That's the PNC Bank property.
All right, thank you. Let's we're going with the second reading. Can you please read 2024-40?
Ordinance 2024-40, an ordinance to amend the code of the Borough of South River, Chapter 193, entitled Vehicles and Traffic by amending Section 193-31.1, Schedule 2A, handicap parking thereof.
Motion waive full reading.
Motion by Councilman Councilman Seola, seconded by Councilwoman Ballas.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm gonna open it up to the public. You have 10 minutes. State your name and your address. First call, second call, third call.
Motion
Public.
Second. For this one.
Oh, that only, okay, alright.
All in favor?
Aye.
Council comments? Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Ballas, seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman Seula?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Krenzel?
Yes.
Alyssa, 2024-41.
Ordinance 2024-41, ordinance of the Borough of South River, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending the Borough Code of the Borough of South River so as to amend chapter 193 entitled Vehicles and Traffic.
Motion to waive the full reading. Second.
Motion by Councilman Seola, seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
All in favor?
Aye.
Council discussion? I'd like to open it up to the public. 10 minutes. State your name. First call, second call, third call.
Motion to close. Second.
Motion by Councilman Seola, seconded by Councilman Krasinski.
All in favor?
Aye. Do I have a motion?
Move the ordinance.
Second. Motion by Councilman Seola, seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
Councilman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman Seula?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Krenzel?
Yes.
Alyssa, 2024-42.
Ordinance 2024-42, an ordinance of the Borough of South River, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, adopting the amendments to sub-area 151 of the Lower Main Street redevelopment plan.
Motion to waive the full reading. Second.
Motion by Councilman Seola, seconded by Councilman DeZemian.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to open it to the public. 10 minutes. State your name and your address.
Ed Trigar, isn't that ordinance, no time
10 minutes.
limit? Okay, don't interrupt me then. So let me just get this straight. So this is for the bank next to this building, the PNC, correct? That's a question? You don't want to answer?
Yes.
Okay. It's gonna be 4 stories high. It's gonna be 40 apartments, is that correct?
45.
How many?
45.
45 apartments, and there are 45 parking spots short of the requirement, is that correct?
43 with buying permits.
43. Any idea where they're gonna, these 43 cars are gonna park?
He's gonna buy permits for the tenants and
They're gonna buy permits, where?
they're gonna buy permits for the parking.
Permits from who? For what?
To park the extra 43 cars.
What lot are they buying permits for?
For all over. Wherever there's permit parking in the town, that's where they're gonna be parked.
Where is the permit parking? There's only
And
municipal
municipal
parking.
parking, connecting streets, whatever we're gonna end up,
There's permit parking on the street?
there will be.
Alright, I was gonna ask you, so there, these amendments, you said they were attached, but they weren't attached. Don't really see them. Where can we see these amendments?
And
The amendments should be a part of clerk, they were also part of the planning board hearing at the last planning board meeting.
Right,
But
they
you should
were-
have it at the borough clerk office.
Because they're not online and they weren't attached to the packet and they wanted the planning board. At least not to the, open to the public, but we other things as well. I'm just wondering what is, since you're voting on it, there must be knowledge of this parking on the street plan. Like, is something you know what this is, or is it just a secret?
no, it's not a secret.
Well then,
Street,
what is it? What
George
streets are they gonna be parking on with?
We're gonna have permit parking, we're gonna start off with Stevens Street, we're gonna start off back at George Street, other parking lots we're gonna have. So here's
So
what
Stevens Street right now is
it's,
2-hour parking for customers, and then you're gonna make it exclusive for the apartment company.
that's correct. Well, not only for the farm, whoever has the parking permit in this town.
Alright, so the customer parking is being converted to resident parking,
That's correct.
and you're gonna do this on a lot of other streets?
Most likely.
Which streets,
I have a
which
question.
customer
I have-
parking
I have-
spots are being
I
converted
have,
to?
I have an interesting question for you.
No, I'm asking the questions because you're limiting the time. When it's unlimited time, I don't know, when the
I
council
didn't say
changes the
unlimited.
rules, because you're more than happy to answer the questions.
Entertain.
But I have questions about this since, so, these negotiations, they weren't at the zoning board and they weren't at the planning board, right? It's the developer that meets with the council and the down low or in private meetings and then come up with this plan and now it's in front of the council. Is that how that works?
And it goes to the planning board, like the one you were attending.
Well, the planning board, I was there, it seemed like things just dumped on them at the beginning of the meeting, some people seemed confused. Yeah, the attorney said they had to vote on it that night. It pretty much seemed like a rubber stamp. Nothing against the planning board, but it would seem a little bit, quite frankly, I think it was a little bit rude and disrespectful of the council to dump something like that on the planning board the night of the meeting and say, vote now. But that's beside the point. So the plan is to convert on-street customer parking to private residential parking. Is that the plan?
That's the plan.
And how is that gonna help the downtown?
You're gonna be bringing in more business into your town.
You're gonna be bringing in more business to the town,
So I'm not,
but there's no place for them to park because you're
Actually,
converting,
actually, there's no one parking on our streets right now, sir.
excuse me?
There's no one coming to our main street right now as we speak.
You know, that seems to be the image, but all the storefronts are full.
You say,
Fair, naming empty storefronts.
fine, keep talking. You're on the time limit.
You know, you don't have to get stingy about this. I
No,
mean,
I'm
none of you all have any skin in the game when it comes to these plans.
No problem.
I do. So you got a lot of years go by where people come, they have crazy plans, and then they split, and then the people that are downtown, like me, we're left like holding back, like, so, you know, you don't have to get kind of snotty about asking questions about what's the plan, when this all comes down behind closed doors. There's usually like attachments that I could see online, but you can't. It was dumped on the planning board, I went to the planning board meeting, nobody seemed to know the details, and now when I'm asking a few simple questions, you're getting kind of snotty. So, if that's what it's gonna be, I guess that's what it's gonna be. So, I mean, it's a done deal, I know it's a done deal. We're getting this huge, building here, there's no plan for parking. You're gonna just, the parking lot has 68 spots for permits. Last time I saw a permit in there, 124, as I remember. So we're already double booked. But if you're gonna build more buildings and stick more people in it, you know how many parking spots are on Main Street? There's 46. So you're 45 short, and you're gonna take all of Main Street, it sounds like, and make it private residential parking. That's not gonna help the businesses. We got, the storefronts are all full. We got an empty bank, we got another bank owned by a land speculator. We got a burnout building and Don Brown's. That's it. The rest of Main Street's full. Oak Street, all the businesses are full. Ferry Street, we got Jensen's building, and then we got one just down the street from me. So it's full. Jackson Street's full. I don't know where this impression that the town is empty with vacant storefronts is coming from. Maybe you guys don't come downtown. Maybe you're not down here. I mean, like tonight, Ridgewell Park. This place doesn't have its own private parking. Ridge Park, you park where the customers are supposed to park and have parked since 1957, and now you're converting. So I don't think that's such a good idea. So that's, you know, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a great long-term plan. A lot of times these developments, you see it all the time in the paper, they get pretty lucrative tax breaks. Is any tax breaks planned for this?
We haven't gone to that.
If there are tax breaks given for this plan, will it be at a council meeting, will it be at a zoning board or a planning board meeting, an open public meeting, or will it be negotiated behind the scenes, kind of like this has been?
It'll be on a council meeting.
So there'll be discussions at a council meeting, or it'll just be like a,
No, it'll be on a council meeting.
so like I say, this parking stuff, you know, the last time they expanded the parking lot was 1978 when they opened the bridge. Parking lot was originally built in 1958 when Midstay Ball was opened. They had foresight to create parking to help the businesses. So nothing's happened since 1978. Matter of fact, we've had businesses open that are having a big impact on the available parking, no expansion. Our generation hasn't done anything for the downtown. It's a shame. We're used to going to the mall, and there hasn't been anything to improve the shopping environment. I mean, the signage is terrible. Half the time parking meters don't work. Coming over the bridge, there's no welcome to South River sign. You got rusted signs that say South River is veteran friendly. The Industrial Commission sign. When was the last time the Industrial Commission was even around? 30 years ago? Can't, you know, so nothing has been, our generation hasn't done anything for the downtown as much. Well, a couple guys, Richard Fano, Tom Luzon, they did some stuff. And not to get on your case, but I mean, to go forward with these sort of plans, I think is irresponsible, and I don't think in the long run it's gonna be good for the town. So, now if you wanna ask me a question, I'll be happy.
No, I'm gonna wait till.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else from the public? First call, second call, third call.
Close public?
Motion by Councilman Seola, seconded by Councilman Zavini.
All in favor?
Aye. Council discussion? What is your motion?
Make a motion to move the ordinance?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Seola, seconded by Councilwoman Ballas.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman Seula?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Krenzel?
Yes.
We're gonna go into reports. Bruce?
Good evening, everybody. The 2023-2024 road program began. The contractor started on Leonard Dean Avenue. It happened to pull off the job this week, was supposed to be back and continue work. The 2023 local transportation project grant, we're working on that design. The local aid program, we should be hearing back from the state of New Jersey, the DOT, regarding the awards soon. The substation maintenance, the contractor is working along with there. They replaced the battery bank. They did the repair to the load tap changer on T6. And they're gonna be doing feeder maintenance this week. And we had nothing on the stormwater assistance grant, so that is it.
Thank you. Anything for Bruce? Council? All right, thank you, Bruce. Joe isn't in today. All right, you wanna, actually, I'll wait till I talk to you. Paige?
Okay. Starting October 7th, we'll be handing out leaf bags down at the DPW office from 8 to 12 Monday to Friday. You must bring, you could bring the coupon from the calendar or bring proof of residency. You get, it's 20 bags per household. Also, October 14th is Columbus Day, will be closed, there'll be no yard waste pickup on that day. On October 15th, we start the curbside leaf program. We'll be starting on the south side of town, and it goes all the way to December 20th. And also, on that day, October 15th, the fall hydrant flushing starts. And that will also start on the south end of town. We'll start on Veterans, and the information will be on the website. We'll be putting out a nixle before each week of flushing. And we urge not to do laundry during that time. That's all I have.
Anything for H? All right, thank you, H. Fire Chief Miller?
We are currently at 341 alarms for 2024. All fire apparatus are in service. No other news.
Anything for the Fire Chief? Please, Chief.
Mayor, good evening. Just a couple of things. Just want to thank everyone that came over on Saturday for our Grab the Cruiser event. All those proceeds went to the food bank, so on behalf of the food bank and the police department, thank you for all those that came that day. Also, we did inspections on, I believe, 6 car seats. We have 2 officers here that are nationally certified, are public safety certified car seat technicians that will help you install and make sure that your child car seats are installed properly. So we had that event on Saturday. That's not only a Saturday event, so if you have a newborn or if you are questioning if you've installed your car seat the correct way, you can come down here and ask for Sergeant Flores, and he'll make that appointment for you. Also, this Thursday at 6 p.m. right here in Council Chambers is our Neighborhood Watch meeting. It's the second one for the year. Please come out. Right now, we only have 39 RSVPs from this town. Hopefully, we can get more people to come out here and go over some of the crime prevention techniques we have for the borough. Lastly, if you look at resolution number 304, it is an agreement with the Rutgers Universal Behavioral Health Care. That is an agreement between us and that organization. We are participating in the ARRIVE program, which stands for Alternate Response to Reduce Instances of Violence and Escalation. Basically what that does, it partners up a police officer with a mental health specialist to deal with mental health individuals that are in distress. So once a week, for every 2 weeks, one of our officers will be assigned a mental health specialist. Whenever we have a call, that officer and that specialist will go on that call. So we'll be partnering up not only with that organization, but it's also an agreement between us, South Brunswick, Saraville, East Brunswick, Granbury, and Milltown. So as soon as we get all these memorandums straightened out with, that program will start.
Council, anything for the chief? Andrea,
I have nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alyssa, Art,
Just a couple of things, Mayor. Resolution 302, authorizing the execution of an agreement with Pace Analytical. Pace Analytical has bought out Agra. Nothing really changes other than the fact that our bills now will come from Pace Analytical instead of Agra Environmental. Number 307, the authorizing an amendment agreement with Raritan Valley. As you know, we got a grant from the Middlesex County Health Department for 3 to 5 year old swimming lessons. We were able to extend that grant, and this authorizes us to change the location to an indoor pool. So anyone who would have a 3 or 5 year old wants to learn how to swim, they can contact the recreation department and still sign up their children for the program during the fall months. And the last thing I have is the electric and the water bills. We've been working closely with the billing company. They have claimed now that they have sent out the bills, we've still not received them to our post office. I just wanna make it clear, it's an inconvenience to the public. It also is an inconvenience to the borough, we're losing revenue by not getting the bills out, so it's not that we're not actively, daily, hourly, working with the billing company to get this straightened out. As of today, it's still not straightened out. As soon as we do, there will be a grace period. We don't expect you to get the bill and it's gonna say the next day, pay it, you're liable for interest. It's doesn't work that way. So I'll just keep the public informed and the council informed when this problem gets straightened out, and this company's contract is extended till December. Unless they can come up with a good reason, I don't think we'll be dealing with the same company next year. You just can't drop a company like that and change companies. So we'll be going out for bid for either a change or the same company to improve what they're doing. That's all I can really tell you about the bills.
anything for Art? Good? Alright, Councilman DeZemian, Councilman DeSantis. Councilman Krasinski.
Thank you, Mayor. All I have to say is the Office of Aging doesn't have their schedule out yet for the next month. Please check the website, and remember, if you want to do any of the events, please register early. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilman DeZemian.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. The Board of Fed, the new turf field is in, and we'll be hosting soccer, baseball, and softball games. The first game to be played there will be boys soccer on October 7th. And this Saturday is football's homecoming. As the chief had mentioned, there is a neighborhood watch meeting this Thursday, September 26th, 6 o'clock here in the police station. Registration is requested and can be done online at the borough's website. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Zin, Alice?
This Friday, September 27th, the Board of Health is holding a blood drive at St. Peter and Paul's Church, 76 Whitehead Avenue, so you go into the church hall.
Yeah.
From 1 to 7. You can make an appointment either online by going to www.nybc.org/drive or call 1-800-933-2566. You will receive a free coffee mug if you donate. And anyone over 76 must have a doctor's note unless they're already on file. And if you do sign up online, the sponsor code is 63101. If anybody wants to look at this before I go, you can either come up and scan the code also. They are also holding a paint party Wednesday, October 9th at 7 o'clock at the Rio Mar. Tickets are $30 per person. It includes appetizer buffet, a paint session, there will also be a cash bar. All money is due by October 1st. Tickets are limited to 45 people. If there's any questions, you can contact Michelle at 48 Washington Street. And to buy tickets, they do go quite fast. They are still doing the Start the Morning Off Right food drive. Again, you can donate at Corpus Christi Church, Holy Trinity, St. Peter and Paul's, St. Mary's, the South River Public Library, South River Borough Hall, or Trigar's Hardware and Locksmith. Now the last meeting, we had the women from Loving Hands. They were invited to a Board of Health meeting and they did come last Tuesday rather. They just wanted me to go over a couple of things because they're getting phone calls that don't pertain to that. They're getting phone calls from residents to come and trap cats on their properties. They're not allowed to go on people's properties. They do not do TNR, which is trap, neuter, and release. They are a nonprofit no-kill rescue located on Whitehead Avenue. Their mission is to place adoptable cats in loving homes. While they're in their care, they make sure that every cat is socialized, vet checked, spayed or neutered, microchipped, and up to date on all vaccines. They do take emergency rescues when they can because they do have a limit of how many they can have in the building. They are completely run by volunteers. The Board of Health is not associated with them per se, but we're gonna be running maybe some educational things together as the year goes on and into next year. They do give back. You might see them on Facebook. They do when they have an extra amount of cat food donated by people. They will give that out to anybody that's in need. But again, they are not a TNR group. Don't call them to come and trap your pets. What they're finding is some neighbors are calling on their neighbors' cats. They have collars. They've already clipped. So these are cats that are taken care of by other people. They just don't want them on their property. So they're calling them to come trap them. They will not do that. So that's it.
Councilman Seola?
Thank you. EDC, they met last week. They are planning a meet and greet event coming up soon. This is gonna be where the businesses and the owners can get together and meet each other, see what each business has to offer, and work together on different plans for the downtown area. They're also working with our grant writer to see if there's any grants out there for storefronts, the facades, that we can get grants to help improve the fronts of the buildings, to start going in and improve the entire downtown district. So that's what they're planning on now. As soon as they give me a date and time and where, I'll let everybody know. That's all I have right now.
Thank you. Council President?
You heard about the water bill, electric bill. I'm not gonna repeat that. We're looking into it. We'll probably discuss it at our utilities meeting, which will be this Friday at 10 o'clock.
Thank you. I'll hold my comments. I'd like to open it to the public, 10 minutes. Please state your name and your address.
General.
Good
Good evening, Arun Ayagari, 20 Brookfield Road. Thank you for the input time today. My name is Arun Ayagari. I'm the president of a nonprofit organization called Lead Foundation Global. We conduct a yearly conference, a youth conference, which happens in South River at St. Mark's Academy every year in October. Same thing happening this year in 2024 on October 13th. That's a Sunday. I'm here to personally invite all of you to that event, the entire council and the Environmental Commission. My team sent out an email inviting all of you guys, I think a week and a half ago. If you have time that day, please attend. It's the same place. This is the third time we're conducting. That's my church. St. Mark's Academy is their school. Same place. It's the third time. The concept this year is we focus on sustainable development goals set forth by the United Nations. We pick a goal every year. This year we're picking quality education, partly because I teach as well, but we focus on quality education. Our agenda includes a bunch of school students from various school districts. Most of them are my students, grades 8 through 12. They come prepared on a topic. There's 3 panels. One is on all on U.S. education, but one is on U.S. versus foreign education. The other is New Jersey versus other states' education, and the third one was lowering the voting rights. And the fourth panel is an all-teacher panel, 4 teachers from various school districts on various classes, and I'll be moderating the forum, so there'll be 4 panels. So you're all welcome to attend. I came here to personally invite all of you. Thank you very much for your time. Last year we had the same similar event, same place. At the time, Mr. Peter Gindy was there. At the time, Mayor Krenzel, if you remember, you were there, and Julie Murray was also there at the time. Rich Byrne also helped. So I'm here to invite all of you. Thank you.
October 13th,
October 13th,
and what's the time?
Sunday from 10 to 4. There will be 4 panels, an hour long. There'll also be a 10-minute period at the end of the panel discussion for the Q&A. The goal is to cultivate leadership skills amongst youth, because we see a lot of kids graduating from schools. They're excellent academically, but they struggle with public speaking. My goal is to introduce them to public speaking. Thank you very much.
Anyone else from the public? First call? Second call?
Motion to close public?
First of all, thank you. Julie Maida, 189 Main Street. I just want to thank, again, our legislator Stanley Sterling for allowing the Motor Vehicle Commission to come out last Friday for our residents. They came out to John Street from 9 to 2 p.m. for people to do their real IDs and registration. I have a question. Did we ever receive the Whitehead Avenue traffic study? Was that ever publicized for the public?
Yes, answer was yes. You all received it.
Did we put it out for the public to see?
I don't know.
So council received it, would we be able to make that public?
Art, can you put this onto the website?
Look at on the website, I'll make sure it gets on there.
I watched last meeting, I was very happy that residents are happy with the improvements that we made to Virginia Street. But as you know, everybody always sees the issue with speeding and kids walking from school on Whitehead Avenue. And with, a year has passed about that tragedy, but we do wanna continue to improve that. And I've checked the borough website, I know I haven't seen anything there. I just wanted to make sure that residents also get a chance to see what the conclusion was of that study. Human relations, I know we integrated human relations with cultural arts and heritage. This year we had our first flag raising with the Portuguese Club. It is my understanding that the Mexican community requested a flag raising for
October 6th.
October 6th. I was told that nobody had reached back out to them.
October 6th.
Okay,
They put in a permit, we called them, we followed up with them. They had a proposed date, they were not ready, so they said, can we move to October 6th? I said, can you please confirm it?
okay, so does that go on your agenda?
We're waiting for them to confirm it with us. They haven't confirmed, they weren't ready for their proposed date. So now we want them to come back to us and say, okay, we're ready for October 6th, we put it on the agenda.
Okay, and when is the next Cultural Arts and Heritage meeting? That's who approves those, correct?
Yeah.
They approve and then
Good, we'll see.
we haven't, not heard anything from them.
It was my understanding that they submitted an application at the borough. I don't know who received the application at the borough.
If they're having a event after the flag raising, like with food and everything, then they would come to me for a special events permit. If they're just doing a flag raising, nothing afterwards, then they would just fill out the application with the cultural arts, and I wouldn't be involved in that.
Okay. It is my understanding that the community filled out an application for the flag raising and submitted it at the borough. I don't know who received it, but.
I don't know if it was for Mexican flag raising, someone did come in and I asked them if they were having an event afterwards, and they said no, so I gave them the application for just flag raising. I don't know if it was for what you're talking about, but I haven't seen anything since then.
Okay.
So I
And
don't
at
know if
the
it was right.
borough, who does receive the flag raising application, just so that we understand.
If someone brought it into me, I would just leave it in their mailbox, or I would let Teresa know that someone was asking about it.
So what I've gotten back is they're patiently waiting to see, this Mexican independence has already passed,
Right, it was September
15.
We
New
called them,
Brunswick, Perth Amboy, other towns have done it, and they're still waiting to do
we
their.
called them, Julie.
Who's we?
Teresa
Cultural
Hutchinson,
Arts and Heritage Commission?
Teresa Hutchinson herself called,
I will relay the message, I guess.
please.
My last comment that I wanna make, it's been a month since the fire on Main Street. 4 families were displaced, 2 families are still displaced. They're still looking to find a location temporarily. I'm happy that the house is starting to get fixed up again, but just so the residents know, there's still 2 more families still struggling to relocate and get everything they need. I wanna thank the food bank for directly reaching out, and, showing their support and giving everything that is needed to those families. That's all I have, thank you.
Julie, I just wanna say thank you, I know that your driveway was utilized for some of the stuff to go there, I read that online, so thank you for putting that out there to help, I know you live right there, so that was nice of you.
And just right across the street,
Yes.
still have bags and bags of clothes for the families. Right now, they're still trying to essentially find a home to then be able to get furniture and stuff like that, but at least we were able to get them situated for the first day of school. There was a lot of school kids, the PTA helped out with that, and the community really came out and supported, so thank you everybody who did come out. They gave gift cards, clothes, donations, school supplies, book bags. It was a big help for such a shock to have for those kids, especially right before school started. So, one more quick thing, I just want to say, with all the fall sports out there, football, cheerleading, everything's been going great. I just want to give a shout out to the Parks and Rec, because they this year, took on Pop Warner, which I think only he would know right now. It's a very difficult task when you only have volunteers, and our Parks and Rec took over that, and it's like having 2 full-time jobs. So I give credit to the Parks and Rec for being able to do that and still continue to do the other programs for the kids. So thank you.
Thank you. Alright, the 2 residents that are still displaced, I know Red Cross came out 2 to 4 families that night. Could you reach out to Red Cross and see?
That night,
Yeah.
Red Cross was there that night.
Right, I know that. Can you ask them if they could look into the two other families that are still displaced. So we can,
I'll make a call in the morning, but normally they just, nowadays, the Red Cross just gives debit cards, money. And they don't put you in a hotel or anything anymore, they just give you X amount of dollars, but I'll check with them.
alright, please, thank you. Anyone else from the public? First call, second call, third call.
Close.
Second. Motion by Councilman Seola, seconded by Council President Renzo.
All in favor?
Aye.
There is no marital appointments, so please go into consent resolutions. Alyssa, 2024-293 to 307.
Whereas resolution 2024-01 authorizes the Borough Council to utilize a consent agenda to adopt various resolutions of a routine and non-controversial nature at one time. Now therefore be it is hereby resolved that the below listed resolutions are hereby adopted by the Borough Council in whole, as if the same were individually acted upon. Consent resolutions 2024-293 to 2024-307. 293, permit a voluntary canning fundraiser to support the Head Over Heels Parent Association. 294, appointments to the Office on Aging Department. 295, approval of a special events permit to the Portuguese Club for an event to be held on September 28, 2024. 296, approval of a special events permit to the VFW for an event to be held on September 29, 2024. 297, authorizing the Borough Clerk to waive the special event permit fee for the VFW. 298, resolution rescinding the approval of plenary consumption license for the 24-25 license year. 299, granting renewal to an ABC consumption license for the 23-24 license year. 300, granting renewal to an ABC consumption license for the 24-25 license year. 301, authorize certain utility refunds. 302, authorizing the execution of an agreement with Pace Analytical Services Incorporated. 303, appointment of Charles Barnes as junior firefighter. 304, authorizing the execution of a memorandum of understanding with Rutgers University. 305, accept September 9, 2024 regular and executive session minutes. 306, authorize the bills and claims list. 307, authorizing an amendment to the agreement with Raritan Valley YMCA.
Move the consent.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Ballas, second by Councilman Seola.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman Seula?
Yes, with abstention from 303 and on 306, 24-01841, 00432, 02203, and 02322.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Krenzel?
Yes.
Thank you. We're gonna go into governing body comments. Councilman Seola.
Thank you. Just to go over what our DPW director had stated earlier, the 24 leaf bag distribution will be starting on Monday, October the 7th, going through November. Must show proof of South River residency, and there's a limit of 20 bags per household. The pickup location is at the DPW, 9 Ivan Way. The pickup times are between 8 and 12 noon during the week. The DPW will be closed on Monday, October 14th for Columbus Day. No yard waste will be picked up. The next pickup for yard waste will be on Monday, October the 21st. The 24 curbside leaf program is going to start on October the 15th on the south side of town and go back and forth each week between the north side and south side, and will end on December the 20th. There will be no collections on October 14th, November 11th, November 28th, and November 29th. Starting October 15th, they are going to be doing hydrant flushing, different areas in town. So the 15th through the 18th is going to be starting on the south end of town. The 21st to the 25th is going to go to the center of town here by the high school area. And then the 27th and the 31st would be on the north side of town. So please, they recommend you do not wash laundry during these times when you're flushing. The flushing times are going to be let me see here, but on the Area 3, the first one will be between 7:30 and 2:30 p.m., and that's October 15th and October 18th. October 21st to October 25th, 7:30 to 2:30 p.m. And on October 27th through the 31st, be 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. And that's all I have.
Councilwoman Velez?
Okay, while Julie was asking about the flag raising, I did text Teresa. She said they haven't gotten back to me, they were still checking with their members on a date that they can all agree on. So she has been in touch with them. Other than that, hope you all come out for homecoming, you need a win. It's gonna be a beautiful weekend, so come out and support all those high school kids doing all that hard work. That's all.
Councilman Zini?
If you remember, there was a power outage on Saturday, September 14th. It occurred around 10:20 a.m. Areas of Union Street up to Whitehead Avenue were affected. Police on duty found the balloon that was tangled by the transformer on the telephone pole on Union Avenue, right behind the substation. Electric department was there at 11 a.m. Removed the balloon, reset the tripped circuit, and power was restored by 11:30. The Frost and the Pumpkin Road Race is set for Sunday, October 27th. It's going to be a 5K instead of a 10K. A new route has been put in place, and it's going to be in the area of the high school. And there'll also be a 1 mile fun run, and I guess more details will come out as time goes on. It gets closer. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Krasinski?
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I'd like to thank our police, fire, our public safety workers, DPW, and Robert Wood Johnson. DPW especially for the job that they're doing between patching the roads and cleaning up after some of the parks and everything, very much. Aside from that, the weather is changing, leaves are coming out there. Let's be courteous and not blow them out into the curb or put them into the storm sewers that have to be maintained and cleaned by the DPW. And let's watch out for children, because the days are getting shorter also. Okay, that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman DeSantis.
Just a heads up that this Sunday, the Pop Warner organization is at home. Flag starts at 9 a.m. So if you guys can come out and support our cheerleaders and football players, the concession stand is open. And it's a good full day there. You can see a lot of people and it's good to get out. So we appreciate the support.
Thank you. Council President Krenzel?
I always try to push things that go on in South River. We had the September 11th ceremony, it was very nicely attended. Glad to see so many people come out. There are other things going on in South River, you've heard a few of them. The Portuguese Club is having something, the VFW on the 29th. This Wednesday, I want to make sure I got this right, the South River Historical and Preservation Society. Join us on Wednesday, September 25th for, quote, Uncovering Middlesex County's History, the 1918 Influenza Pandemic, end quote. We're going to be talking about the radar survey that they did at the South River Washington Monumental Cemetery, long been associated with the 1918 pandemic. That's 7 p.m. at 64 Main Street, the museum. Usually they are well attended, and by all means, it's open to the public. You don't have to be a member. Please come out. It's interesting, it's informative about our town. Other things that are going on, you heard about the neighborhood watch. That's something good about protecting your house. Homecoming, Frost on the Pumpkin. These are times that the borough can get together. Come out. Like with the homecoming, will there be a parade, Donna?
Yes.
Yes, there will be a parade. You just have to stand outside, wave at people, become part of South River. Those are the good things of South River, our little community, be a part of it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. All right, so let me answer some of the questions that were asked today. First of all, I want to thank you. I had the opportunity to go to your event last year. Unfortunately, I can't make it this year. I know that we spoke previously, but it's a great event. If some of the council members can actually make it, I urge you to do that. Now, one of our biggest problems, and one of multiple problems that we have with this town, happens to be parking. Unfortunately, South River is such a small town, there's just, you can't find parking if you really wanted to. When it comes down to the business district, unfortunately, and I use the word unfortunate, is that most of our businesses are striving just to stay open. Most of them close around 5 o'clock. Some of them try to stay open a little bit later. But for the most part, it's always stop and go, stop and go. Now, one of the things I ran on last year was the concept of the word redevelopment. The reason I use the word redevelopment is because, and I know all of you probably have the same feeling, that Main Street, there's nothing on Main Street. That's the reality of it. We are not on the Touching, we are not a Freehold, we are not a Westfield. Unfortunately, we are none of these towns. We can be. In the last past 9 months, this administration has been working on quite a few redevelopment projects. One of them, as you've seen last meeting, which was the Seabrish with the 17 units got approved. Today, thanks to the administration, we now approved the second redevelopment. Mr. Smith, if you guys could please put up the picture. So this is what redevelopment looks like coming to your town. But here's the problem, we're gonna complain about the word parking. This individual that came before us knows that he has a parking issue. He paid into the actual concept of the parking permits. He didn't have to do that. We could have easily compromised, we could have easily did whatever it took just to break him down. But this is what redevelopment looks like coming next door to this building literally in the next few months. This is Main Street. This is your town. So we're gonna complain about parking every time we wanna bring something big into your town, and I don't know what more to tell you. And this is just one of many coming into your town. Now, he knows he has a parking permit. He knows he has to pay into the system for a long time unless he finds a conclusion. I can bet you he's gonna find a conclusion. He's not a person that just started developing in our town. He's been doing it in 5 different other towns. So when you're gonna sit there and you're gonna complain about how we have a problem with parking, the only problem we have is saying yes to developers that wanna bring something nice, such as this, to commercial on the bottom. This is just a sneak peek of what next year is gonna look like when it comes out to development. So there's more to come. So thank you, Mr. Sealer, for putting that up.
Peter,
Yes.
how long is it gonna take before we see the structure going up? What's the time frame?
Both projects, you're probably about a year.
Within a year.
Yeah, we'll be breaking ground soon,
Breaking ground so completed within a year?
hopefully within a year. So, the fall is here, as Ms. Miura actually said. Be careful with the kids, they're all out playing sports, they're all into it. The weather is cooling down. One of my biggest concerns moving forward with kids is parks. One of our biggest problems is vandalism. Not too long ago, Grukowski Park got vandalized. A spiral slide got broken, and unfortunately we had to caution tape it. Matter of fact, Chief, did you by any chance get a police report on this?
No.
No. Okay. The way it works with our parks, just so everyone's aware, that we inspect our parks every 2 weeks. So unless somebody tells us there's something vandalized that we could either fix or replace, we don't know. Unless whoever's inspecting every 2 weeks. So anything that could happen in a 2-week time frame happened. In our case, Grukowski Park, there is no reason for us to replace because we got a grant that's gonna replace the whole entire park come early next year. So you're gonna get a brand new park sitting, just like what you saw with Daly Spine is gonna happen right here at Grukowski Park. And that was all grant. So, like I said, this administration is working hard to make Southriver a better place. It's not easy. Our next council meeting, we're gonna have a very nice topic about work. So I invite everyone to come out to this council meeting. Other than that, is there anything else from the council? Do I have an adjournment?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
A motion by Council President Krenzel, seconded by Councilman Tizini.
All in favor?
Meeting is adjourned.
Yeah, that's the kind of